Very good morning, class. In the previous videos, we have covered single pulleys. There were two types of pulleys. First, that was single fixed pulley and single movable pulley. In this video, we'll see if n number of pulleys are connected together. That means in this system, we have more than one pulleys. Then how the system will work? What will be the effect on the mechanical advantage, the velocity ratio, and the efficiency of the system. In this case, we'll see when two or three or more than, in this case, we'll see if more than one pulleys are connected together, then it will, what is the advantage of connecting them? Will it work better than the single pulley? Let's see. So let's start the combination of pulleys. We have a first case in which we are using one fixed pulley and other movable pulley. In this diagram, you can see that we have four pulleys A, B, C and D. Out of which A, B and C, you can see that their axles are not fixed with a rigid support, but they are connected through the string. That means A, B and C, these are movable pulley. But if you see the pulley D, its axle is directly connected to the rigid support. This is our rigid support. So the axle of the D pulley is connected to the rigid support. That means we have D pulley is a fixed pulley. Now let's see how it works. To understand the working, first let us distribute the tension in the string. If you remember, in the previous video I told you tension remain same if the string is common, right? So I am starting with the left hand side pulley, that is pulley A. Let tension T1 is acting in the this string due to the load L. Now you can see that this string is going into the pulley B. So here it will also T1, right? Because string is common. Now the string going from B is different. So tension on this string will be different. Let's say it is T2. Let's say this is T2. I think you can see this. This is T2. Let's say I am showing by the arrow. This is T2. Again, this string is going into the C. So this will be T2 again. Right? Now finally, the string from the pulley C is going into the pulley D, and you can see that this is different string. So let the tension is T3, and here it is going like this. It is also T3 and it is also T3. Why? Because you can see that this string is going into these two pulleys, and we know that if the string is same, tension will be same. So now we have shown the tension which is acting on the system. Now effort will be the direction of effort. Obviously, to pull the load, we will apply effort in the downward direction like this. So here we are applying the effort E in downward direction. Okay. So what will be the value of E here? You can see here effort is basically, it is countering by the tension T3, right? So that means effort in this case, effort E is equals to nothing but T3. Let's say this is equation number 1. Fine. Now let's say how these tension working on the other cases of pulley also. Okay. Now let's see the pulley C. Here this is tension T2 and they are basically countered by two tension here, T3 and T3. That means in the pulley C, we are talking about pulley C, right? In pulley C, see here, the tension T2 is basically balanced by two tension T3 and T3 here. That means the combination of these two T3 will be tension equals to T2. So here T2 will be equals to T3 plus T3, that is twice of T3, right? So from here we can find the value of T3. So the value of T3 will be T2 by 2, equation number 2. Okay. Now let's see the pulley B. Pulley B, now you can see that the tension T1 is basically countered by the two tension T2 and T2. That means T1 is equals to twice of T2, right? Or we can say that T2 is equals to T1 by 2, right? From this equation you can see that T3 is nothing but T2 by 2, right? So we can put the value of T2 in terms of T1 here. So T3 will become, from equation number 2, from equation 2, right? Put the values of T2 in equation number here. Let's say this is equation number 3. What we'll get? We'll get T3 equals to, T2 is T1 by 2. So 1 by 2 that was before, and into T1 by 2, right? So this becomes 1 upon 2 to the power 2 to T1. So from this expression we can see that we get the value of T3 in terms of T1, that was 1 upon 2 to the power 2. Basically, see, we can write it here 2 into 2 as 2 into 2 as 4, but we are not writing 4, but we are writing 2 square. So there is a reason why I am writing 2 square, why not 4, you will see later. So 2 square, T1 upon 2 square. This is equation number, let's say, 4. Now we find the value of T3 in terms of T1. What was the value of effort? That was equal to T3, and we have already find the value of T3, which is nothing but 1 upon 2 square T1. So let's write the value of E in terms of T1. You will get, you can take screenshot of these equations. Okay, so we have calculated that T3 is nothing but 1 upon 2 square of T1. That means the value of effort is equals to T1 upon 2 square. Let's say this is equation number 5. Now we have to find the value of load as well. Now in the pulley A, you can see that load is balanced by two tension T1 and T1. So the load L will be equals to twice of T1. So we have find from this equation, we have find the value of load in terms of T1. Now you can see that from the equation number 5 and from the equation number 6, we have the values of load and effort, so that we can find the value of mechanical advantage, right? Let's find load and effort. What is the value of mechanical advantage? That is the nothing but load upon effort. Okay, so again I'm rubbing this, you can take screenshot. So mechanical advantage is equals to load upon effort. Load upon effort load is 2T1 and effort is T1 by 2 square, right? So what we get here, we'll get mechanical advantage MA equals this 2 will go up, so 2 to the power 3 into T1 will cancel out, 2 to the power 3. This will be the mechanical advantage. Now understand why I have written not 8 but in the power of 2. You can see here you can see that in this system we have 3 movable pulley. So what if we write the mechanical advantage in terms of number of pulleys, right? See here, then here 3 is the number of movable pulleys. So if we have n number of movable pulleys, what will be the mechanical advantage? If number of movable pulleys is equals to n, then mechanical advantage will be 2 to the power n. So this is the direct formula to calculate mechanical advantage in the combination of system. So suppose you are doing some numerical and you see there are combination of pulleys, there are 3 pulleys or 4 pulleys or n number of pulleys, so you don't have to do all these calculation again and again. You have to understand the formula for mechanical advantage in the combination of pulley is basically 2 to the power n, where n is the number of pulley. So suppose in any system we have 4 movable pulleys, right? So what will be mechanical advantage? 2 to the power 4, that will be 16. Okay. You must notice one thing here, that we are not counting the fixed pulley. We are only counting the number of movable pulley, which is 3 here. So in n will not count the value, the number of fixed pulley. Fixed pulley is always 1 here. See, basically understand the fixed pulley is using to reverse the direction of the effort, because if we remove this pulley, then we have to pull the load upwards. But if we join the fixed pulley here, we apply the effort in the downward direction. So this is your mechanical advantage. Now let's calculate the velocity ratio of this combination. VR. Before we calculate velocity ratio, let us quickly revise the velocity ratio of single movable pulley. If you remember, okay, so if the effort is moved 2x distance up, this 2x is divided into 2 parts. First, x with the load and x with the string. That means this axle where the load is connected always move half the distance as the string going on the other way, right? So now let's what will be the velocity ratio in this case? Suppose this load is moving up the distance x, right? So we have written that distance moved by load, that is dl, will be x. Now understand, if this is moving x, that means This end with tension is T1 is also moving with distance x. So now if we add these two distances, that will be the motion of this end, that will be twice of x. So the end which is connected to the pulley B will move the distance 2x. Now consider the pulley C. If this is moving 2x, that means this end which is connected to the part C will move twice the distance where this pulley is moving. Similarly, कैसे? See how the load is moving x upward, so this will be 2x. Now forget this. If this is 2x, then this will be twice of this value, right? Now let this value is y. So now T3, the tension T3 will move away, will twice of the value of pi, right? So if this is 2x, then this will move 2 into 2x, right? Now if it is moving 2 into 2x, so this will move 2 into 2 into 2x. So the fixed pulley is moving up by 2 into 2 into 2x, and we know that in the fixed pulley, the distance effort by load is equal to distance traveled by the effort. So the effort, distance moved by effort will be, that is dE, that is 2 into 2 into 2 x, or we can directly write as 2 to the power 3 into x. Now what will be velocity ratio? That is the distance traveled by the effort upon the load. So dE upon dL, that will be 2 into the power 3 upon x, that will be 2 to the power 3. So this will be the velocity ratio. Now again, what is 3 here? 3 is nothing but the number of movable pulley. So if we have n number of movable pulley, then the velocity ratio will be 2 to the power n, like in the case of the mechanical advantage, but also to the power n, right? So that's how we calculate the velocity. Let's see once again. If load is moving up x, then obviously the other end of the pulley will move twice the distance moved by the pulley. Now if this is 2x, so obviously the other end of the pulley will be moved twice the distance of this distance, that will 4 into x, so this will go 2 into 2 into 2, that is 2 to the power 3x. So this is your velocity ratio. Now let's find what is the efficiency of this combination. So efficiency, that is eta. Eta is given by mechanical advantage upon velocity ratio into 100. So eta will be 2 to the power n upon 2 to the power n into 100, that will be 100%. So the efficiency of this combination will be 100%. Again, I told you previously that it is not possible to have the efficiency equals to 100% of any system, because there are some losses in the system. There are some we can say friction between the axle of the pulley, and there are some mass of the pulley, so we have to apply the effort more than the value of load. So practically it is not possible to have efficiency equals to 100%. In the next video we'll see how we can arrange these pulley in different arrangement. Till then, thank you so much.